So you're thinking about moving to Stratford, Ontario? Well, today we are in Stratford. We're taking a tour around Stratford. We're going to talk about all the things that you can do in Stratford. We're going to talk about the industries related to Stratford, and we're going to talk about the homes and the real estate here as well. And we're going to get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. If you're looking for a place to learn everything there is to know about eating, sleeping, working, playing, the good and yes, the bad about Stratford, Ontario, London, Ontario, and Southwestern Ontario, well then subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon for notifications so you'll be the first to know about the current market right here in the Stratford and Southwestern Ontario areas. Well, like I said, today we are in Stratford, Ontario, and we are talking about what it's like to live here in Stratford. We're going to take a tour around the neighborhoods. We're going to talk about a few houses in the area and the industries, and we're also going to somewhere along the line talk about somebody who is incredibly famous who stood right here in this spot, sat on these very stairs that are behind me, and made his mark in this world. Well, Stratford was a community that was incorporated in 1839, and it grew in space and size, and in 1959 it actually they started the Stratford Shakespearean Festival. Now this is a Shakespearean festival that features world-class actors that come here and they perform on these stages around me at different various theaters within the city, and one of them right behind me here, and people that like the late Christopher Plummer and Dame Maggie Smith and William Shatner actually act in some of these places. So the Shakespearean Festival brings in a lot of tourist money here to the city, to Ontario, to the area, and it is so incredibly amazing. And right now I'm standing right here on the star, and I'm just going to kind of pan down here. Go ahead. Down here, as we can see, we have the star from Justin Bieber. So this is where Justin Bieber grew up. He was raised here, and he sat on these very stairs right here with his guitar, busking and earning money, and then was eventually discovered by Usher, and then he actually, is who he is today. So this was his hometown. Now there's many other people that have been from here and have come here and performed here, and it's just a lovely place. For me, I have a great a connection with this place because for the first 5 years I lived very close to Stratford and I worked in Stratford, and my husband lived here for many years and owned his own fitness gym here. 3 of my children still live here, so I spend quite a bit of time here in Stratford, and it's very close to my heart. So I'm really excited to share this day with you, and we're just going to take a little bit of a tour around Stratford and talk about the different things that you can do. One of the things is the Avon River, which runs through Stratford, has a little lake there, and we're just going to go on over there right now and take a little bit of a tour around there so you can see the area. And we're going to talk about what the different parts of Stratford and some of the downtown area for you. So let's go on over. Well, we're down here at Victoria Lake that has a walkway that actually goes all the way around this little lake here, and it goes straight down. Now I'm sorry you're going to hear some construction noise because they're building another building down there. But this lake is a man-made lake. It's actually drained in the wintertime, and in the springtime, when they fill it back up, they actually have swans that they have that belong to the city of Stratford, and they bring them down here. They have a bagpiper, and they actually have a parade and everything and bring them down into the water, and the swans reside here in the area for the rest of the season. So you can see all of the swans, their little goslings, and it's quite neat. But there is a lot of Canadian geese down here as well. There are benches along the walkway that you can see behind me, and people come along and walk along here with their dogs. They stroll down here. A lot of tourists come and walk down here while they're in between waiting for festivals. Now I'm going to just scroll behind me here, or turn around behind me, and behind me you can see there's a large building here. Now this building is actually the main Stratford Festival Theatre. And it is an incredible place. It's huge. And so when they're putting on large productions, this is the one where they host their largest productions. And when they're calling in for the different the scenes and starting of the theaters and the first half and the second half of the show, they actually have trumpeters that actually play to call for the attendance and for the shows to start. So it's quite interesting. Now behind me over here, you can see there's a little bit stone wall. Well, that is Tom Pattison Island. And Tom Pattison Island actually is a little bit of an island that sits in the middle of this lake, and you can go in there. There's some picnic tables. For myself, actually, I spent a lot of time on there because when I lived in the area, I actually was on the Stratford Women's Dragon Boat team, and we actually used this lake for our practice. So I'll show a few little clips of that in this video so you can see that as well. But this is a very prized area of the city, and houses along the back end on the other side of the lake here, and we'll take a tour around there, but their back of their homes actually face towards the lake and the Avon River, and there's a pathway that walks around that. But those homes are very coveted because they overlook the lake, and it's just such a spectacular view for them. So Stratford itself is so full of amazing things to do. There's many restaurants here, from everyday food to five-star restaurants. There are some top national chefs that actually run some of the restaurants here. The Church restaurant is an amazing restaurant. If you want to go to Foster's Inn is another really great place. Bentley's is a great place. You know, if you want to go for great breakfast, you're going to go to Features. If you want a great coffee, you're going to go to Balzac's, and if you're lucky, you're going to get their cheese and chive tea biscuit, which is just about as big as a meal. Now, when we're talking about where Stratford is located in Perth County. We are about 1 hour from London. We are about an hour and a half to 2 hours from Toronto, an hour and a half to the Toronto airport. We're about an hour from Kitchener, Ontario, which is where most people go to do their major shopping, go to Costco and different things like that. Given that Stratford is only 32,000 people, we don't have a Costco here or any of the larger box stores, but we do have access to those quite easily. There is a hospital here that is a full-service hospital with a surgery and an emergency department, and there's specialists in town, so you really don't have to go too far unless you have something very specific that you need to have looked at for medical. Other things about Stratford is that we are 3 hours from here to the US-Canadian border. So it's not as close as it is from London, and if you wanted to take a flight from, say, Windsor, you would want to make sure that you plan for that accordingly. But you can take the airporter from here down to there. You can also take the airporter to Toronto. You can go from the London airport, or you can go from Kitchener Airport or Hamilton Airport. So there are so many choices for you here. There are several different schools in the area. In the regular school, public school board, there are 7 elementary schools or public schools going from kindergarten through to grade 8. There is 1 middle school or intermediate school that is grade 7 and 8 only, and a high school that goes from grade 9s to grade 12, grade 13, if you really know what I'm talking about here in Ontario. And we have several Catholic schools as well. And some of the Catholic schools have French immersion. So if you're looking to have your children put into French immersion, that is a possibility. We're just going to take a little bit of a tour now and head on over to see some homes in the neighborhoods so that you can take a good look at them. We're going to head on over to a home that's just under the $600,000 mark. We'll see you there. Well, we are here at our first stop in Stratford. We're in a neighborhood with homes that are 100+ years old. Actually, a lot of these homes on our record don't even have the number of the exact year that the homes were built. A lot of them are brick homes. They are 2-story homes that have been renovated. So many people here. The homes are well taken care of in this neighborhood. And we're just going to come, I'm looking at a home today, we're just talking about a home, was recently listed for just under the $600,000 mark. And it is 3 beds, 2 baths, about 1,500 square feet. The taxes in this neighborhood will run you about $3,500. Now, we are just a few blocks off from the Victoria Lake and the Avon River. And the closer you get to those, the taxes actually increase in this area. But great 2-story brick homes. Some of them have been re-sided, but as you can see in the neighborhood, I'm just going to take a little bit of a shift around here. You can see that some of these homes are so cute and they have been well taken care of. Now, of course, we still have snow on the ground here. March is a little bit finicky. We can have these freak snowstorms like we have today. But you know, the homes in this neighborhood here, well taken care of. You know, people that are going to move here are first-time home buyers, and people actually live in these neighborhoods for a long time, so they get to know all of their neighbors. Some of these homes have been recreated into bed and breakfast because it's such a tourist community here. So a lot of people are looking to actually you know, stay in a bed and breakfast, and they want to stay in that century home. They want to stay in the Victorian homes, and they want to get a feel for the old homes and what they have to offer. So, you know, these are the type of things that you're looking at when you come into these homes. One thing to note about older homes, you know, you do have to watch for the foundation for sinking on things. So when you are buying a home that is a century age home, you want to make sure that you have a good inspection. You want to make sure that you don't have any knob and tube wiring in the home, because these homes, some of them were created before there was electricity or even washrooms in their homes. So some of the washrooms can be quite small. But some of the homes, and I'm going to just take a look a bit around here, you'll see some of these homes are actually quite large. So that is this neighborhood that we're going to have. We're going to go over and we're going to look at a home that's slightly higher price point, newer, built around 1990, and we're going to go and head on over there right now. Well, we are here on our second stop today. We are on the northwest side of the city. The snow's in my face, I apologize, but we are in the northwest end of the city in a neighborhood that was built about 1990. The homes in this area, you'll see that they are a mixture of 2-story home, raised bungalow, and bungalow homes. And these homes here, like we said, built in 1990, a lot of brick and vinyl, and sometimes just brick. We're near the very edge of the city. See the street lights around here? I don't know if you can see them. They're not big, crazy street lights. They're smaller ones that are more lamp-like, and that's the nice thing of characteristics about the Stratford area. But right now we see this home behind me here. It is a bungalow home that was recently listed for just under $880,000. 5-bed, 4-bath, been fully renovated, well taken care of. Just like I said, $879,900 will get you was the asking price for homes like this, knowing still that we are in a seller's market, and homes like this probably will fetch at least 10% over asking. So what they're asking for is not necessarily what you're going to be paying. So wanting to also note that the property taxes around this area just over, $4,700 a year. The home that we're looking at right now is just over 3,000 square feet, about 3,100 square feet. And so there's a lot of space there. Now, this being 30-year-old neighborhood, you do see some of the trees that are more mature. You are seeing a lot of different, you know, characteristics of people that have changed the home, say the garage doors. They're not all so uniform around here. Now, we are just a short distance away from the Stratford Rotary Complex, which is an arena complex. You can hear the geese over there. And a place where we have arena and activity centers for the whole community. So that's what this neighborhood has to offer, a 30-year-old neighborhood in Stratford on the edge of the city, like I said, northwest end of the city. So let's head on over to our last home that it was just recently listed around the $1 million mark. Well, we have made it to our final stop in today. We are in a newer development. These homes are actually, a lot of them are being built, but the home that we're going to be taking a look at was built in 2017, now listed at just under $1 million at $999,900, and can't get much closer, I guess, to $1 million. Now we are still on the west side of the city, just off of McCarthy Drive, so we're right close again to the very edge, like right on the other edge of McCarthy. We do see farmland starting, but this neighborhood here, you're seeing stone and brick homes. You'll see that they're much grander than the last ones that we had. Obviously, with the newer homes, you know, we see different types of styles, but these are still quite a classic style that we see. And you can see them all here as we have, you know, the brick, sometimes the mixture. Some people don't like them, some people love that color schemes, but you know, these neighborhoods recently built, and if I turn around here, I'm just going to take a look, you can actually see the Stratford water tower in the distance there behind me, and that is something that every town in Ontario seems to have. The smaller towns, the water tower that represents the city has the city name on it. Now we're just going to be coming up here on the home that was listed. It is 4-bed, 4-bath. The taxes here are just around $6,000 in this area because it's a newer area. Easy to get to shopping. They were close to the Catholic high school, we're close to the Stratford High School. Now there is only one high school here, like we did talk about before, but this home behind me just recently listed for that just under the $1 million mark. So, you know, asking price again, not necessarily the price that you're going to get, but I'm just going to take a quick little shoot around here so you can see the different area. And I do say, you know, we are in Stratford, where we are in more of a snow belt here, and so you do see the snow is still on the ground here, you know, and you can also see here in the winter time behind me, I'm not sure if you can see that there is the hydrant, the fire hydrant, and the fire hydrant actually has a stick on it to make sure that nobody hits it when they're plowing and shoveling their snow. And now right here behind me, you can see down the end of the street, that is actually one of the Catholic high school, I believe, and has the YMCA in there. So there's a lot of different things right close to here, close to the main road, but you cannot walk to downtown from here. You would have to drive, but just like 32,000 people, not a very large drive or a long drive as you're getting around. But these areas are very well loved in Stratford. They add a variety of different things because there's so many century homes and Victorian homes in Stratford. It's nice to see some of the newer builds that have really started to take place. There's some townhouses that are just up the road, so if you're looking for a new build townhouse, there are some of those around here as well. That concludes our tour for today. Well, thanks so much for joining me. Stick around, we're just going to take a little bit of a drive through the neighborhoods so that you can get a look at the different neighborhoods and the type of homes that there are in Stratford for you to buy. If you found value in this video, please make sure that you like it, and so that other people can see it. Subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon so that you can be notified of new videos when we release them. Drop a comment below. If you're wanting help, please make sure that you reach out, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, and my team and I can get you started on making that smooth relocation to the Stratford area. And it is my utmost pleasure to be bringing these videos to you as we tour around southwestern Ontario and helping you in all your real estate needs. My name is Dania Parker Smith, and I will see you again in the next video.